Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Tonight on the Channel 2 News, Mayor Camacho takes issue with the Department of Public Land. Also tonight, 20 years of progress is celebrated on Route 36. And a group sets out to walk across Tinian. In sports, local tennis pro Jeff Race takes his players to Fiji. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. What's the move?
Get your goods here with care and attention with Micronesia Air Cargo Services. MAX is all about connections. Daily flights to and from Guam, 4 times a week to Rota, and bi-weekly flights to Tinian. We are connecting the Marianas. Perishable goods, Home Depot furniture and appliances, even live animals, operating since 2013. Check out our Thursday special to Rota from Guam and Saipan. Call Max at 670-288-6227. If it fits, we'll take it.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We cannot repair the road now because of the coral issue.
Mayor Ramon Camacho met with reporters this morning to discuss resource issues that continue to prolong the construction of Saipan's roads.
The public land leases out a public property, which is the quarry. So the quarry operated by a private entity. The mayor wants to get those corals to repair the road. So why should I pay the quarry? Why should I pay the quarry when I'm just transferring one government property to another government property? The public land, the secretary, she's in charge. She's the custodian of the public land. But she's not the owner of the land.
He says that the quarry can only serve the mayor's office 100 cubic yards a year.
So if I use that 100 cubic yards of corals, it will not complete that Canatabla Road. So if I exhausted that from that one quarry, I will wait until next year. If I take it September, I will wait for next year September. I'm not building an apartment. I'm not building a hotel. I'm not staging a coral on my property. I'm just taking the corals and fix the road.
Road construction has been slowed due to this issue, and the mayor says that the poor condition of roads is a safety hazard.
It's very inconvenient. It's not only about convenience, but it's about the safety of the motorists. You know, my concern is we have a lot of patients, outpatients, dialysis patients, that they have to be ambulatory transport. So the emergency vehicle will not respond as fast as they could because of the defective roads. So those are my concerns here as a mayor, and I care for the safety of the people.
Camacho raised another issue regarding public land.
The mayor is trying to acquire a public land for the municipality office, for the mayor itself. If you view this present office here, look at the warehouse, look at how many equipments that I have. Okay? I don't want to put my equipment under the sun, under the rain. I want to, protect my equipment. Because, it's very hard to purchase equipment nowadays. The financial is not there. So I need a warehouse, I need an office space. She's putting me in Chalancanoa where the municipal council is, and that is a small property. I'm trying to avail myself on Biden's infrastructure grant, but I cannot because I need the land title. Chalancanoa is a small place, and it's not sound to build there with the noise of the equipment, the noise from the mechanic, because it's just next to the residential area.
He shared that he wanted to use the land in Cobbler for things that would benefit the community.
Now that area is a illegal dumping. Okay? It's a massive illegal dumping. So I want to clear those illegal dumping. And I want to make use of that land for heavy equipment certification. Okay? And the other side is I want to cater a beginner drivers to make use of that lot to practice rather than practice out there in the presence of other motorists. So she want to recode that land because before she designate a land that I'm asking in Esprudito. Something's not really right in this thing.
The mayor closed by calling for public support.
I humbly ask the general public to please join me to protest and remove the Secretary of Public Land. I cannot wait. I have a big responsibility. I'm elected by the people, and I cannot neglect this responsibility. I try my best, approach every angle, but no solution.
Ready? 1, 2, ribbon cut.
After 20 years of work, DPW held a ribbon-cutting ceremony on Route 36, marking the end of construction on Phase 2 of the Windward-Calabera Road Improvements Project. Phase 2 of the project included the construction of over 1.5 miles of all-weather roadway along Route 36, also known as Windward or Chalan-Calabera, on the northeastern coast of Saipan. Construction began at the end of the existing paved road just past the entrance to the Kingfisher Golf Course and extends to the intersection of Chalan-Matuis, otherwise known as Route 318. The improvements made include a 4.5-foot wide shoulder that doubles as a bike lane on each side, bridges with staircases that lead down to Unai Fanhong and Unai Nanasu crossings, and more.
It took us a long time to get to this day. I remember when Babalta was at the Washington office, he was able to secure $12 million from U.S. Congress to do this. Obviously, long time coming, because this is it went through a lot of environmental review, an environmental impact statement as required by NEPA, and then that took a long time. That took a chunk of funds to it. We were not able to pull these off, but we put together the plan. They put together the architecture and engineering plan, and that was the start. And so we're doing it in phases, and we'll get there.
The DPW projects that they will move on to Phase 1 before the end of the year and start construction early next year. The road will be open to be driven on by this weekend, although only 1.5 miles of the road is paved. Students' mental health was the topic of discussion at a conference held by PSS yesterday.
Sure, so today's event was a collaborative effort to invite all of our youth serving mental health services and programs, government agencies, departments, in just an effort to get on the same page, to see what services are being offered, given that there are programs that are building that are new, that have existed for a while. And PSS Mental Health being one of the new ones, we wanted an opportunity to hear the different services that are available for our students and be able to utilize that as a bridging tool for our services and our programs together to serve our kids better.
Presentations were given to promote positive social, emotional, and behavioral skills for students and more.
The activities that were very intentionally designed to cater to all of our audiences and just really speak to getting them to feel comfortable so that we can discuss and engage in conversations that to better serve our students and our people in the Marianas.
In addition to this, a focus was put on youth tobacco and substance use.
We've been seeing upticks in things like vaping of our youth. We've been seeing substance use in our youth and even down to our youngest little ones. And so really tanking with our partners about what can we do to pivot and address, get ahead of the needs of our youth, from our physical health, mental health, our substance use, just really trying to help make sure that they're the most successful in their academics, but also their social emotional wellness.
For KSPN2 News, this is Trey Youngdahl reporting.
Save big on mobile and home internet with Link. Get a mobile plan with 40 gigabytes of LTE data and 30 Mbps down on home internet for as low as $95 a month. Better yet, bundle your services with any iPhone 14 series and receive a $50 credit, a SuperPod AX, and basic installation completely free. We'll also cover your first 2 months of home internet service for savings of over $500. Offer valid for a limited time, so Link, bundle, and save today. Docomo Pacific, better together.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
One of the best addresses in Saipan has office space available now, right in the heart of things. The Marianas Business Plaza offers reasonable rates and can help build to suit your needs. You'll love the central location, just 15 minutes from the airport and 10 minutes from Garapan. Ample and covered parking keeps your vehicle close and protected. 2 restaurants for easy access, lunch, dinner and business meetings. Building security and 24-hour access to your office. Backup generators, so you can run your business in all weather. And 3 elevators mean easy and convenient access. It's the address in Saipan, the Marianas Business Plaza.
The Adventure Travel World Summit is underway in Sapporo City, Hokkaido. The event brings buyers and sellers and media from around the world together to discuss sustainable travel, best practices, and the future of nature-based tourism. It's the first time the summit is being held in Asia, and the Marianas Visitors Authority is participating along with about 700 organizations.
I think it's up to us to show how tourism can be done right. We in this room can be the model, and it can't happen quietly. We have to do this really front and center and be real clear about the responsibility. We have to have expectations of our customers, of ourselves. I think we're generally good at this in this room, but it's an opportunity to stand out from messy mass travel and show how adventure travel is respectful and healthy for destinations.
The NMI is promoting a variety of adventure travel, including scuba diving, flying, snorkeling, hiking, mountain biking, and sailing canoes.
Adventure travel is, it's not necessarily a new trend, but it is sort of a new concept, if you will, for us. We've had adventure activities in this Commonwealth for many, many years, since the beginning of our tourism industry, but meeting all the different destinations and buyers and sellers that are here today promoting their product, it's very educational to see what's going on out there in the rest of the world in terms of attracting this niche market. It's a small but very impactful market because these people are more conscious of the environment. Sustainability is a big thing for this group of people that travel around the world to try different adventures. So those kind of things are very eye-opening for the MVA, for me.
Travel from Asia has been slower to recover than the rest of the world. A workshop on the Asian market looked at trends around the region.
The biggest takeaway for me was the attention that everybody's sort of paying to the China market and seeing everybody's waiting. China hasn't fully sort of unleashed their tourist potential, their tourist spending power yet. They're doing it slowly and I'm sure methodically. But everybody's sort of waiting and bracing for what's next. Some of the experts that presented yesterday on the trends in the Asia Pacific region mentioned, for me, what I caught was China. We're going to see a return of the group travel and the high spending luxury product buyers, but we're also going to see a different segment of the market where they're more in tune with nature and sort of seeing and experiencing things that are not available to them regularly or haven't been available to them in the last few years. And so that's kind of interesting to see that everybody, not just the CNMI, but everybody in the region and around the world are sort of monitoring what's going on in the Asia Pacific region, and the elephant in the room is China. And that's kind of what I thought was really interesting to listen to.
The show continues through Thursday. MVA will also meet with airline partners on the trip.
I'll be meeting with some of our airline partners that have flown or are flying to the CNMI today. And so it's just basically, a very, the way that it works in the industry, right? You kind of got to make sure that you keep constant communication open. And so this is kind of just part of our efforts to keep things moving, keep the discussion going. Airlift is always going to be our biggest challenge because we're an island destination. And so I think solidifying our relationships with the airline partners that are here and, sort of expanding it and seeing what other opportunities there are out there for airlines to fly to the CNMI is sort of going to be my focus for the next couple of days.
For KSPN2 News, this is Trey Youngdahl reporting.
In our last episode of Mountains 12, the Saipan boys are getting ready to hit the Las Vegas Speedway for some racing.
Don't put it in gear.
What the hell am I getting myself into around here? I'm a little nervy.
Before they turn us loose, they take us on a couple of instructional laps with Enzo driving. He tells us where to shift, where to brake, and where to turn.
Paddle shifters for you guys, right side to upshift, left side to downshift. That hand positioning will also help you with the paddles.
The paddle shifters can lead to some interesting events.
What are some funny things that you've seen here?
Funny things that I've seen, people turning on the windshield wipers when they're trying to shift. Going down the straightaway, you see the wipers going crazy.
Okay, we are committed to not doing that. More Enzo.
On our exit, wait for those bumps, and then we'll give it a little bit more gas as we exit. We'll maintain a nice even speed around here, really letting the car do a lot of the work.
If you remember nothing, remember the code.
With the Prius out for battery charging, Bruce goes looking towards his German roots.
To drive a Porsche, you need to be very precise with the steering wheel and patient to hit the throttle. Patient. Okay. Because otherwise you lift up the front and you don't have any more. Okay.
How you feeling, Tice?
Excited, nervous, it's gonna be fun.
Race 1, and the boys are off navigating the turns and the straightaways before the pit stop.
How was it?
Oh man, that's so fun. I didn't know.
Oh, that's Quinn. you leave a stain on the seat?
That is unbelievable, man.
You're focusing on his commands. He's like, downshift pipe, boom, boom, hit the brake hard, come out through the turn, hit the accelerator, and all you're just focused on him, right?
After the laps, it's time for some video surveillance where you can check out your lap time, driving style, victories, and more.
Oh, let's see you take out the cone. So good!
Guess who did not buy the video? And then come the awards for fastest lap.
Also participating, Russ Quinn, Yosh Gabalden. Thanks for coming, Todd Montgomery. Everyone gets a trophy.
And finally, some carpool karaoke.
Conehead driving and white knuckler next to me. I'm feeling very safe. Eyes on the road.
It is true though, man. I after my first lap, I'm like, oh, dude, you gotta relax.
Yeah.
You gotta relax.
The horsepower of these four-wheeled beasts is about to be traded for two wheels and manpower as the boys head east, away from population and towards elevation.
There you go.
Next on Mountains 12, the start of an epic bike trek that takes the team across mountains and canyons.
A group of friends set out to conquer a difficult goal, to circumnavigate Tinian. Channel 2 met up with three of the travelers, Ariana Mendez-Arreola, Ali Nelson, and Madge Guy, who shared their thoughts about the upcoming trip.
I haven't spent a lot of time in Tinian, so I'm excited just to see parts of the island we haven't seen before. We're going to go by the bomb pits, so you get the historical value there. I know we have some people with us that are newer to island or haven't seen those things.
For me, most excited is to spend it with my favorite people.
This isn't the first time the group has attempted a feat like this.
Back in May, Madge and I set a really long route around Saipan, and it was 43 miles, almost exactly, and we did it over 2 days. And then ever since then, she's been dreaming about doing also Tinian and Rhoda.
They said that their walk in Tinian was expected to be long, 35 miles in total. They shared what kind of preparation goes into a trip like this.
We're trying to pack light, yeah. Extra socks. I brought a couple extra socks just in case we get wet, but we try to be as light as possible.
3 more people down there already. So Christopher's walking already. Our friends Denise and Laura are dropping some resupplies for water. They have a couple big jugs of water they're gonna drop at various spots around the route so that we can refill tomorrow. And then tents. We're gonna camp tonight. So they're dropping those things for us so we don't have to carry them today.
KSPN met with Madge Guy after the trek ended. Here's what she had to say.
The last 3 miles was brutal. But that point, you already, like that point, you know, it's over. It's coming to the end. That was the most exciting part to me. Like me, Ali, and Veronica, we started like jogging towards the end. But you know, after like 32 miles already, you've under the thunderstorm most of the time, but like the last few miles seems forever. Like last 3 miles forever. Like, but we did pre-order JC Cafe's chicken. That was like in the last mile. So we walked to the JC Cafe, pick up the chicken. That literally is the point. But then that moment you start appreciating, right? Life is good with the chicken.
Overall, the trip ended up being 35 miles covered over 2 days. Madge says that they covered 14 miles on the first day before tackling the other 21 miles the next, the majority of which was through thunderstorms. Madge shared that she expected the trek to be hard, but she didn't expect to face one of her childhood fears.
The hard part to me personally was overcome my own fear. Because the lightning was like, I had like childhood trauma from the lightning. I was very close to the lightning when I was like in elementary school. I think I got stroked like by the lightning from far, like from like 15 feet. So I like had a concussion and this and that. So I was like literally fearing that. But I was glad Ali was right next to me that time, that night, and then she was like, keep checking on me. Hey, are you okay? Because at the first few, I was just froze. Every lightning going through. But then I was surrounded by the people who were positive energy. So that was, to me personally, challenging part, but okay.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Local tennis pro Jeff Race brings or sends a team each summer to Fiji for the Junior Tennis Championships, often with great results. This summer started off tough.
Well, when we got to Fiji after a long trip, we started on the first day, and I think it was like historically our worst day of all time for a first day, and we won about 2 matches and lost about 10. So I thought, wow, this is going to be a rough Pacific Oceania Junior Championships for our team, but it all balanced out, and on the last day we were 10-2.
Race's program has been the model of consistency for 3 decades now, but COVID disrupted his program, and he's intent on getting it back together. He says facilities will help.
I think given that we missed about 9 months of our training this year, I think our team did quite well in finishing second to Tahiti. Tahiti's really a tough team to beat. The only team that's finished ahead of Tahiti in the last 10 years is us, and we did that 2 times in a row. So, but I would say there's a lot of teams that are catching up, and Guam is one of them. So they finished 3rd behind us, and I think it really helps that they have a fantastic facility over in Guam where all the players can come and train, and it's really key to development. So we need to keep our focus on having the same having the same kinds of infrastructure improvements for our sport that similar to Guam. Now, I don't think we're ever going to have 11 courts, but if we can get 4 or 6 courts, that's really going to help our program.
Taking junior tennis players far from home can come with some challenges. Local tennis pro Jeff Race reflects on some goals for the coming year.
Some of the things that they need to grow in are the mental parts of the game. So what we see among our kids is they're very strong mentally here at home, and even in Guam they feel comfortable doing that. But when they got further away from home and they got to Fiji and they're playing tougher players, they weren't as mentally tough as I would want them to be. So we'll be working on that in the next year. We just need to play the way that we train and not move into like other areas of playing based on fear.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Taking a look at the weather, tonight will be partly cloudy with isolated showers and thunderstorms. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, lows around 79 this evening with a 20% chance of showers. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Light and variable winds with highs near 87 and a 20% chance of showers. Tomorrow night will be partly cloudy with isolated showers, light and variable winds becoming northeast around 10 miles per hour after midnight. Lows around 79 with a 20% chance of showers.